Florence Scovel Shinn once wrote, "His clear vision," and she's talking about Jesus, "pierced the world of matter, and he saw clearly the fourth dimensional world, things as they really are, perfect and complete in divine mind. So man must ever hold the vision of his journey's end and demand the manifestation of that which he has already received. It may be his perfect health, love, supply, self-expression, home, or friends. They are all finished and perfect ideas, registered in divine mind, man's own superconscious mind, and must come through him, not to him." There is so much in this, so let's just dive right in. What really struck me about this passage is that Florence writes, the man must ever hold the vision of his journey's end. So when it comes to goal setting or wanting something new, what's very important is to be able to visualize the end, to visualize it completed. In part, because this is how the divine mind, the God mind, the superconscious mind works, that all of the ideas are all finished and perfect in the divine mind. So it's on us to take that idea and be able to envision the actual end, the idea completed. And it's also important that we must ever hold this vision. So from that, I'm gathering we can't be like believing it one day and doubting it the next. We must ever hold the vision of our journey's end. And it does get a little complicated. I'm going to put it out there because when we're envisioning that, we look around and nothing looks like it. We want something, but what we're going to look around and see, there's nothing to support that. There's nothing to say that this is possible. So it's like we have to take a lesson from Jesus. So his clear vision pierced the world of matter, and he saw clearly the fourth dimensional world, things as they are, perfect and complete in divine mind. So when we look at the world and our world, and things are not the way we want them to be, we must truly be able to see things as they really are, or look past the world of matter and look deeper. So everything's going wrong, you look at it and you're able to see past that and pretty much see what could be and see the possibility and have faith in that. Look past what's going on right now and start to believe the very best. And that's how things really are. And it's like, if we can hold this vision, we can bring that out into reality. So that's an interesting idea, but I know something else about this passage, which is that we got to demand it. So it says, man must ever hold the vision of his journey's end and demand the manifestation of that which he has already received. So it's like we've received it, which is something else to keep in mind. But we got to demand it too. Like, this is not a manifestation tip for the timid or the shy or the quiet or the mild or the meek. This is, you got to go toe to toe with the universe and demand it. Florence actually talks about this later on in her book, The Game of Life and How to Play It, because she breaks down the Lord's Prayer in a way that she makes it clear. Half of the prayer is about thanking God, and half the prayer is about, demanding stuff from God. Give me this day my daily bread. Forgive me of my trespasses. Do you understand? Do you know how it starts with a demand, a command, an order, but then she notes that it's balanced with gratitude. So give me this day my daily bread and forgive me of my trespasses. But she really wants you to know that you have to be authoritative. You have to step into your own personal power. And before God and before the universe, start demanding things. So she says, you got to demand that manifestation. You can't hope that it's going to happen. You got to ask for it, which is something that she also points out that Jesus says, you ask and it's given. There's no mind reading going on. You ask and it's given. You knock on that door and the door will be answered. You go seek something and you will find it. So you have to step up and you gotta not just ask for it, you gotta demand it. And it's also so interesting to put that with the end of this passage, which is that these things must come through you. They don't come to you. It's not that someone's gonna like walk up and be like, here you go, and all of your dreams will come true. It's not gonna come to you. You're not gonna open your door and all these balloons are gonna come down with everything you've always wanted. Not at all. It comes through you. It comes because of you. When you, I'm gonna put it out there, when you hold that vision of your journey's end, when you demand, when you put in that kind of work, that's when God and the universe can go to work and make things happen. That's when things can come because of you and through you. It's not going to come to you randomly and unconnected. It's going to come because of the work that you're putting in. So I just love how Florence phrases it, that these things, they come through you and not to you. So if you're ever tempted to just give up for a night or an afternoon and just give in, it's like, no, no. Another way Florence puts it is that do not limit the Holy One by seeing limits in yourself. Or did she put it, do not limit God by seeing limits in yourself. When you are limitless, God can be limitless. When you think poorly of yourself, what is there for God to work with? When you think highly of yourself, the universe can work with that. When you belittle or put yourself down, or you give up on your faith and you give up on your dreams, there's not much that they can do. So you need to be a conduit for which to work through. So all of your hopes and your dreams and your wishes and your goals, all of that will come through you and never to you. So the more, you hold your head up high, chin up, and go for it, the more God and the universe has a chance to work through you. So overall, I think this is a pretty powerful passage. And it's like Florence, it's like trying to make us believe that there's something good going on here in the earth and in the world. It's like when we are able to see fourth dimensionally, when we see how beautiful and how perfect and how complete life is, then that's something special too. So ultimately, we just did a deep dive into the work of Florence Scovel Shinn. This particular passage came from The Game of Life and How to Play It, which is the first book Florence self-published 100 years ago. She was a metaphysical teacher who is amazing. She specializes in the power of words, the power of your mind, and the power of you as someone who is the first mover. And yeah, she's always trying to convince us of how powerful we are. So yeah, my channel, I just do a deep dive into her books. She wrote other ones like the power of the spoken word, your word is your wand, and so many great stuff. So if you like that, please subscribe. If you have a comment, please leave it. I really will read it and respond. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. As I always like to say, thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you next time.